Hello guys, welcome back to the course. In this video, we are going to calculate distance between two locations. So I'm going to pick two random cities. In this case, I'm going to pick Denver and Austin. And I'm going to calculate the distance from Denver to Austin. But you can feel free to pick any city that you want. Okay, let's get started. The first thing that you need to do is to install GeoPandas, Volume, and GeoPy. Okay, let's do it. Let's compile the code. Next, we are going to install Volume. Let's copy this and let's compile the code. And lastly, we will need to install GeoPy. So let's copy this and let's compile the code. As you guys can see, we have successfully installed these three Python packages. Next, we are going to import GeoPandas. We are also going to import GeoPy. Next, we are going to define 2 points, Denver and Austin. Okay, now let's create a dictionary. I'm going to name it data. You can name it whatever you want, guys. It is totally up to you. And we are going to have 3 things inside this dictionary. The first one is city. The second one is latitude. And the third one is longitude. For city, we are going to have Denver and Austin. And let's go to Google and just type in Denver coordinate. So we are going to pick the latitude for Denver. Let's copy this. Let's go back to Google Colab. And let's go to Google and just type in Austin coordinate. And let's copy the Austin latitude. Now we are going to do the same for the longitudes. So let's copy the Denver longitude. Make sure to add the negative sign. And let's copy Austin longitude. Also, don't forget to add the negative sign here. Next, we are going to create a geodata frame. So I'm going to create a new variable. I'm going to name it GDF. You can name it whatever you want, guys. It is totally up to you. In this case, we are going to use gpd.geodataframe. Inside the parentheses, we are going to have the data dictionary. So let's copy and paste that. And we are also going to have the geometry. We are going to set it to gpd.points from xy. Okay, now we are going to get the longitude and latitude from these data. Let's copy and paste this. And let's copy and paste the latitude and put it inside the bracket. Next, we are going to extract coordinates for each city. Firstly, we are going to extract coordinate for Denver. So let's create a new variable. I'm going to name it coords Denver. You can name it whatever you want, guys. It is totally up to you. And in this case, we are going to utilize gdf.log functions. Inside the bracket, we are going to have 0, latitude. So let's copy and paste this and put it inside the bracket. And we are going to do the same thing for the longitude. So you can copy and paste this. And we are going to replace the latitude with longitudes. So let's copy and paste this and put it inside the bracket. Next, we are going to extract coordinates for Austin. Let's create a new variable. I'm going to name it coords Austin. You can name it whatever you want, guys. And it's going to be the same like this, but we are going to replace 0 with 1. Next, we are going to calculate the distance using geodesic method. So I'm going to create a new variable. I'm going to name it distance. And in this case, we are going to utilize the geodesic model. So you can copy and paste this, guys. Well, we are going to calculate the distance from Denver to Austin, right? So you can copy and paste the Denver coordinate and put it inside the parentheses. And let's copy and paste Austin coordinates and put it inside the parentheses. In this case, I want the unit to be kilometers. So let's type in kilometers here. And lastly, we are going to print the result. I'm going to type in distance between Denver and Austin. Let's copy and paste this variable distance and put it here. And don't forget to add kilometers. Before compiling the code, there are a few mistakes that we need to fix. So this is supposed to be here. And the same thing for this. It is supposed to be here. Okay, now let's compile the code. Okay, so here is the output. Distance between Denver and Austin is 1240.6 kilometers. Next, we are going to do visualizations using volume. Firstly, you will need to import volume. After that, we are going to create a map centered around the midpoint. So let's create a new variable called midpoint. You can name it whatever you want, and in this case we will need to calculate the latitude mean and also longitude mean. Okay, firstly let's get the latitude. So let's copy and paste this and put it inside the bracket, and we are going to use .min functions. And we are going to do the same thing for the longitude. So you can copy and paste this, and we are going to replace the latitude with longitudes. So copy and paste this and put it inside the bracket. Next, we are going to create volume map. So let's create a new variable. I'm going to name it M. You can name it whatever you want, guys. And let's initialize the map. Volume.map. We are going to set the locations to midpoint. And we are going to set the zoom start to 4. Next, we are going to add markers for each city. So you will be able to see where is Denver and where is Austin. Okay, let's create a for loop for IDX, comma row, int GDF dot iteros inside this for loop we are going to have volume marker, next we are going to specify the location. Okay, so let's copy and paste the latitude and put it inside the bracket. And let's copy and paste the longitude and put it inside the bracket. Next, we are going to add the pop-up. And let's copy and paste the city and put it inside the bracket. And lastly, don't forget to add these markers to the map. Let's copy and paste M and put it inside the parentheses. If you don't do this, then these markers will not show up in the map. Next, we are going to add a line connecting the 2 points. So we should have line connecting Denver and Austin. So let's create a new variable. I'm going to name it line. You can name it whatever you want, guys. In this case, we are going to use volume.polyline. Okay, now let's specify the locations. Firstly, we are going to get the Denver location, so you can copy and paste this and put it inside the bracket. And we are also going to get the Austin locations. If you remember, this line of codes represents the coordinate for Denver and Austin, right? Next, we are going to set the color of the line to blue. However, if you want to use different color, it is totally up to you. And we are going to set the weight to 2.5. And lastly, I'm going to set the opacity to 1. Next, we are going to add these lines to the map. m.addChild. And let's copy and paste this line, put it inside the parentheses. And lastly, don't forget to display the map. Before compiling the code, guys, there are a few mistakes that we need to fix. So this is supposed to be longitude, not longitude, alright? So just get rid of the T. I really apologize for this spelling errors, guys. Okay, so now let's compile the code. And here is the result. As you guys can see, this is Denver and this is Austin. And there is a blue line connecting Denver to Austin. Very cool. Okay guys, I think that's it. That's all you need to know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.